Thoroughbred Week with John Henderson is presented by Actistatin, Adena Springs, Ashford Stud, Bloodstock Research, Central Equipment, Claiborne Farm, Doc Lane's Veterinary Pharmacy, Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association, Keeneland, Malone's, Kentucky Performance Products, New York Thoroughbred Breeding and Development Fund, OCD Pellets, Old Colony Insurance Services, Paul Miller Ford, PBI Bank, Quillen Leather and Tack, Shadwell Farm, Spendthrift Farm, Three Chimneys Farm, and Windstar Farm.
Hello everyone and welcome to Thoroughbred Week, featuring an upset in the closing day feature at Keeneland, the Grade 2 Dixie Ana Elkhorn Stakes, and a disqualification in the opening night feature at Churchill Downs, the Grade 3 Derby Trial. We begin with sprinting fillies and mares at Woodbine in the Grade 3 Whimsical Stakes. Gold Strike Glory, the 8-5 favorite, Dan Loisel has the call.
It's Gold Strike Glory, whose opening quarter was 22-1, and she is playing Catch Me If You Can for jockey Slade Callahan. You Can't Catch Me. A length and a half in her ears in second. There's 7 lengths to Purely Hot in third. Spring in the Air is fourth. Then May Kong Delta and Sounds of the City. Gold Strike Glory looks like she's on cruise control here. Ran a half in 44-3 and turns for home, leading it by 3. Gold Strike Glory, but here comes Purely Hot for Sutherland Cruz, gobbling up racetrack. And Purely Hot just ran down the speed and is pulling away to an authoritative win in the Whimsical.
Reform claimer Purely Hot draws off to defeat Spring in the Air by 3.5 lengths. Chantel Sutherland Cruz picking up the mount from the injured Eurico da Silva. Time of the race 109-4. Claimed for $4,000 15 months ago, Purely Hot joins the ranks of graded stakes winners. After finishing second to champion Groupie Doll in the Grade 2 Presque Isle Masters Stakes last fall, she sold for $225,000 at auction. The Maryland-bred 6-year-old mare by Pure Prize gets her first victory in 4 starts for Unlimited Equine and trainer Tevis McCauley. Purely Hot has earned $409,000.
Equinice, Grade 1 winning cold therapy compression bandages, suited for pre-race and post-race therapy. Draws heat away from the affected surface while cooling the treated area by as much as 15 degrees.
Now Keeneland Stakes action presented by Warrendale Sales, consigning to all major sales. Turf fillies and mares in the Grade 3 Bewitched Stakes. Romantica, the 3-5 favorite, Kurt Becker picks up the call.
17-2 for 6 furlongs, midpoint of the backstretch. Viva Raffaella, the leader, 3 parts of a length. Aga Marine, the closest threat right now in second. Then a gap of 2 more lengths to Idazzle, third, 3 parts of a length. Left a message, stays toward the rail, has been there since the start, hugs the rail fourth into the far turn. Romantica toward the outside in fifth, and now Romantica asked to run, moves 3 wide into the turn, and still 3 lengths off the lead. Always Kitten and Imitable Romanet, and that pair is joined by Freedom Reigns, who's toward the far outside, 5 lengths off the lead. Midway final turn, Viva Raffaella, Aga Marine 1-2, separated by a half length. Then Romantica far outside, Idazzle between horses, left a message, fifth down toward the rail, Always Kitten sixth, Freedom Reigns in seventh, Inimitable Romanet is eighth, quarter mile to come, Viva Raffaella to catch, she leads at a length and a half. Aga Marine second, and still Romantica third, needs to find more and find it quickly. Romantica sets her mind on business, but has to catch Viva Raffaella and Aga Marine, who's there in between horses, Inimitable Romanet, and then Freedom Reigns and Always Kitten toward the rail. Aga Marine has the lead, deep stretch, chased by Romantica. Caroline Thomas coming late, Inimitable Romanet far outside. Caroline Thomas and Inimitable Romanet at the line. Photo finish in the Bewitch.
14-1 Inimitable Romanet gets up to take it by a head over 20-1 Egg Marine, who has a neck on 10-1 Caroline Thomas. Alan Garcia aboard the New York bred in 232-1. The Marathon Turf Specialist opened the current campaign by defeating Egg Marine in the Grade 3 The Very One Stakes. But in her last start, the Graham Motion trainee finished 7th in the Grade 3 Orchid Stakes. The 6-year-old mare by Maria's Mon was bred in New York by Gallagher Shiraz. A $210,000 Saratoga yearling, Inimitable Romanet, has earned nearly $474,000 for Gallagher Stud. Alan Garcia with the Safe Ride of the Week, presented by Sally Horse Fans, the safest way to the winner's circle. To Santa Anita for the Grade 3 Wilshire Stakes. Theater Star at 2-1, a slight betting choice over Perenda. Trevor Denman picks up the call.
Into the turn they go, and Theatre Star, still ears pricked, takes them along by a length now to Journey On. Now they come into tackle. Nichols Wild on the far side. Paranda, Moon's My Name at the rail. Premier Steps getting involved from last. Premier Steps coming gamely too. Top of the lane now, and Theatre Star going to be tackled on all sides. Nichols Wild, Paramba is right there. Moon's My Name coming after them. Fourth, Homeward Bound now, and Theatre Star on the inside. Down the centre, Paranda now gets the lead. Moon's My Name with a late run on the outside. Premier Steps, but it's Paranda in front with 100 to go. Paranda going to be too good. Paranda and Rafael Bejarano have won the Wilshire.
Florida-bred Paranda comes flying down the stretch to defeat Moon's My Name by a length and a half. Rafael Bejarano aboard the OBS Souls graduate in 1:33.2. A two-time stakes winner at Gulfstream Park this year for trainer Rodolfo Garcia, Paranda was making her first start for trainer and co-owner Jerry Hollendorfer. The 5-year-old mare by English Channel was a $13,000 OBS April 2-year-old. A partnership including Gilbert Campbell purchased her privately following her 6th-place finish in the Grade 2 Honey Fox Stakes. Paranda has earned $512,000. Wilshire Stakes winner Paranda was bred in Florida by Kinsman Farm. Florida breds, race 'em or chase 'em. Watch Thoroughbred Week replays online at tbredweek.com. Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with Turf Milers in this segment. To Santa Anita for the Grade 3 Last Tycoon Stakes. Rookie sensation, the even money favorite, Trevor Denman has the call.
They run past the 3/8 pole. Fire with Fire now goes for home. Fire with Fire a length and a half to Jolito. Quick Casablanca on the far side. Spring Up, Lakerville, Rookie Sensation looking for somewhere to go. Rookie Sensation, Fuller Run, Red Cap, got to pick a spot to go though. They come for home. Fire with Fire, Jolito, Spring Up. On the outside, Quick Casablanca. Now Rookie Sensation is hooked out, but he's got a lot to do. Fire with Fire, Quick Casablanca. Quick Casablanca, Fire with Fire. Quick Casablanca in a thriller.
16-1 Quick Casablanca gets up to defeat Fire with Fire by a head, with even money favorite Rookie Sensation a neck back in third. Joe Talamo aboard in 1:48.3. A two-time Horse of the Year in his homeland, the Chilean import is the latest South American Stakes winner for Hall of Fame trainer Ron McAnally. Winless in his first 5 North American starts for Christophe Clement, Quick Casablanca was shipped west for his seasonal debut. The 6-year-old horse is by the Smart Strike stallion until sundown. Quick Casablanca has earned $548,000 for Pablo Gomez. Time now for the Built Ford Tough Race of the Week, presented by Paul Miller Ford, built Ford Tough for over 60 years. To Golden Gate Fields for the Grade 3 San Francisco Mile. Last year's runner-up, Summer Hit, the 6-5 favorite. Michael Rona picks up the call.
5/16 left to go. Summer Hit in front narrowly, pressed by Horizontally Speaking, and here comes Pepnick in the 3-path, working into it nicely. Pepper Crown just behind them along the inside. Hudson Landing off the rail with 3 lengths to make up. Longview Drive cuts the corner in the hot pink. Widest runner is Tribal Jewel. Summer Hit gets away from Horizontally Speaking with an 8th to go. Pepper Crown's right behind the leader. Pepnick is flattening out. Here's Pepper Crown getting up along the inside to tackle Summer Hit. Pepper Crown and Summer Hit. Pepper Crown takes the lead. He lost Pepnick at the claim box, but Alex Patskiewicz has the last laugh with a 46-1 shocker.
The longest shot on the board, Pepper Crown, scoots through along the rail to take it by a length over the favorite Summer Hit. Abel Cedillo aboard in 1:36.4. The California-bred 4-year-old colt by Peppered Cat was bred by and is owned and trained by Alex Patskiewicz. Patskiewicz formerly owned and trained 6th-place Pepnick before losing that runner in an optional claimer last month. Pepper Crown, who broke his maiden for a $25,000 tag last summer at Santa Rosa, was making his stakes debut. He's earned $156,000. The Spendthrift Farm Stallion of the Week is Into Mischief, sire of 3 Kentucky Derby colts from just 2 crops to race, including 2014 Grade 2 Louisiana Derby winner Vickers in Trouble. Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with the Grade 3 Derby Trial coming up in this segment. We begin at Gulfstream Park with the Best of the Rest Stakes. In his second start off a layoff, It's My Lucky Day sent off as the 1-2 favorite. Peter Aiello has the call.
They move down the backstretch in Senor Quisquiano, 3 parts of a length better than It's My Lucky Day, who's had a good run of it second off the speed. In between horses, it's Macho Bull with Joshua's Comprise. Out wide is Good Time Had by All. He's had to cover some ground. He's 3 lengths better than Leticol, and Speak Logistics is last. And now the pace quickens. Moving up on the outside, It's My Lucky Day. There he goes. He takes the lead now from Senor Quisquiano, who's back to second. Good Time Had by All putting in a run from third, but they move to the top of the stretch. And Paco Lopez and It's My Lucky Day, the one to beat. It's My Lucky Day arrives at the quarter pole, a length and a half better than Senor Quisquiano. Good Time Had by All, Joshua's Comprise, and Macho Bull are next, and they're into the stretch. It's last year's Holy Bull winner. It's My Lucky Day. He's under a hand ride from Paco Lopez, and he's brought his A game today. It's My Lucky Day. No luck doesn't matter. It's all talent, and he's talented. He wins by 3.5.
Odds-on favorite It's My Lucky Day takes it officially by 3 lengths over Senor Quisquiano. The winner toting high weight of 123 pounds, and Paco Lopez in 142-1. One of the top 3-year-old colts last season, It's My Lucky Day finished second to Orb in the Grade 1 Florida Derby and was runner-up to Oxbow in the 2013 Preakness Stakes. In his first start off a 9-month layoff, the Eddie Placid trainee was 4th in the Grade 2 Gulfstream Park Handicap. The colt by Lawyer Ron was bred in Kentucky by Liberation Farm and Brandywine Farm. A $47,000 Keeneland September yearling and a $110,000 OBS March 2-year-old, It's My Lucky Day has earned $887,000 for Trilogy Stable and Lori Plaza. It's My Lucky Day paid $3 to win, and it's the Malone's Favorite of the Week, presented by Malone's, Lexington's favorite steakhouse. To Lone Star Park for the Grade 3 Texas Mile. Bourbon Courage, the 8-5 favorite. John Lees picks up the call.
To Bunchfield now with 3/8 to go. Here comes Grand Contender, Smack Ridge, these two now going on, and Tap Town ranging up in third. That's all for Skip the Pino. He's passed by Forest Mouse, Texas Air, and Bourbon Courage. Still wide open as they come for the top of the lane. It's Grand Contender, Tap Town, these two ranging up to the lead. A furlong to go. It is Grand Contender, Tap Town. They're stride for stride. They're shoulder to shoulder. They're in front by 2. Bourbon Courage is chasing in third. It's Tap Town, Grand Contender, Bourbon Courage, Grand Contender, tough as nails. Grand Contender on the inside. It's Grand Contender and Richard Aramia to win the Texas Mile.
7-2 Grand Contender holds off 2-1 Tap Town by half a length with the favorite Bourbon Courage third. Richard Aramia aboard the Keeneland Cells graduate in 136-3, a 101 brisk speed rating. Runner-up in a pair of stakes at Fairgrounds to open the current campaign, Strong Contender was coming off a front-running victory against Restricted Stakes Company at Delta Downs. The Tom Amos trainee is now 6 for 7 at the distance of a flat mile. The 6-year-old gelding by Strong Contender was bred in Kentucky by Epona Thoroughbreds. Maggie Moss claimed the winner for $20,000 at Saratoga 2 years ago. Grand Contender has earned nearly $419,000. Now 3-year-old stakes action presented by BC2A Paste. Reduce the likelihood of tying up with BC2A Paste. To Churchill Downs for the Grade 3 Derby Trial. Byron, the 4-5 favorite. Here's the new voice of Churchill Downs, Larry Colmus.
It is Byron and Rosie Napravnik leading the charge on the far turn. Embellishing Bob kept close and neck back on the outside second. 2.5 lengths more, and then comes Friends with Camille, who's third to the inside. And then comes Laddie Boy and Spot. And they're coming toward the top of the stretch. And Byron has been hounded the whole way by Embellishing Bob, and they're side by side. Embellishing Bob and Byron, and they've come together through the stretch. They're side by side in the final furlong, and Byron is holding on to the lead. Embellishing Bob is still there. Friends with K-Mill, Myositis Dan on the far outside, and Laddie Boy. But it's Byron and Embellishing Bob. Myositis Dan, a late bid. These three to the wire. Byron, Embellishing Bob, and Myositis Dan across the track in the Derby Trial.
It was odds-on favorite Byron holding on to take the photo by a nose over Embellishing Bob, who has a nose on late-running Myositis Dan. But for drifting out under left-handed urging by Rosina Pravnik, Bayern was demoted to second by the stewards. So the official winner is 9-2 second choice, Embellishing Bob, with Bayern second and Myositis Dan third. Brian Hernandez, the winning jockey, in 136-3. The Steve Margolis trainee stepping up to Graded Stakes Company after an impressive 4-length maiden victory at Fairgrounds. The colt by Northern Fleet was bred in Kentucky by his owner, Martin Cherry. On the board in all 4 starts, Embellishing Bob has earned $143,000. American Produce Records is now available online. Visit brisnet.com/APR for unlimited access to the pedigrees of more than 3 million thoroughbreds for just $275 a year, now including SAR stats. Coming up, an upset in the Elkhorn. Time now for the feature race of the week presented by Keeneland, investing in racing's future since 1936. It's the closing day feature from Keeneland, the Grade 2 Dixie Ana Elkhorn Stakes. Tamarine, the 9-2 favorite. Here's the call by Kurt Becker.
And they're off in the Dixie Ana Elkhorn Stakes. Optimizer is quick away from the starting gate, and there goes Tattenham up from the outside to challenge for that top spot early. Joel Rosario determined to send Tattenham up to the lead as they enter the first of 3 turns. Has the lead cleared now from Optimizer by 2 lengths, moving around that far turn for the first time. Timarain goes third. Old Time Hockey fourth toward the inside. Tricky Hat forwardly placed between horses in fifth, just over 3 lengths off the early lead. War Dancer in sixth. Amen Kitten is seventh. Hangover Kid is eighth back toward the inside. Forte to Marmy in ninth. Sun Tracer is in 10th. Unitarian 11th. Royal Bench in 12th. And Eagle Poise last of 13 as they move into the stretch. 25 and 1/5 seconds for the opening quarter. And Tattenham against the rail leads it by 2 lengths. Optimizer is second with a circuit to go. And Timarain third up on the outside. Old Time Hockey fourth back toward the rail. Then a gap of 2 more lengths back to Tricky Hat in fifth. Another 2 lengths back to War Dancer in sixth. Sun Tracer seventh between horses. Hangover Kid eighth toward the inside. Amen Kitten moves up from ninth on the outside. Forte to Marmy is next. Then Royal Bench to the inside of Unitarian, and Eagle Poise is still last. 51 seconds, the time for the first half mile. Tattenham leading Optimizer and Old Time Hockey, who's third toward the inside. Timarain stays toward the outside and fourth, just over 2 lengths off the lead. Tricky Hat fifth, War Dancer in sixth on the outside. Hangover Kid, a ground-saving trip around both turns, tucked away toward the rail in seventh, just over 5 lengths off the lead. Sun Tracer eighth. Amen Kitten moves in the clear in ninth from the center of the pack, followed by Forte to Marmy in 10th, and then comes Royal Bench in the 11th position. Unitarian 12th and Eagle Poise 13th, and last midpoint of the backstretch, and Tattenham still the leader. Tattenham leads it by a length to Optimizer's second a length. Old Time Hockey third to the inside. Timarain moves up now, takes third by a neck up on the outside and challenges for second. Old Time Hockey moves down toward the rail to vie for that second position as well. Tattenham still the leader into the far turn. Timarain moves up into second on the far outside. Then Old Time Hockey and Optimizer. War Dancer a wide fifth, still 3 lengths off the lead. Tricky Hat sixth back toward the rail. Optimizer backs out of it. They move around the far turn. Sun Tracer 7 lengths from the front. Just over a quarter mile to come. Tattenham is chased off the far turn by Timarain. War Dancer, then Old Time Hockey back toward the inside. Tricky Hat in the 5th position. Sun Tracer in 6th. Unitarian is 7th as they move toward the 8th pole. And here's War Dancer on the outside to challenge Tattenham for the top spot. War Dancer to the lead. Sun Tracer in the center of the course goes to third. War Dancer has the lead. Unitarian runs on late from the outside. Tricky Hat toward the inside. Timarain between horses. War Dancer. Unitarian coming on the outside. An upset in the Dixie Ana Elkhorn. Unitarian for Javier Castellano.
18-1 long shot. Unitarian circles the field to defeat War Dancer by a length and a quarter. Javier Castellano aboard in 2:32-3. A hefty 38.40 win payoff for a Todd Pletcher trainee. Winner of his first 2 starts at Gulfstream Park this year, Unitarian was coming off a last place finish in the Grade 3 Fairgrounds handicap. The 4-year-old colt by Pulpit was bred in Kentucky by his owner, Robert S. Evans. Unitarian has earned $331,000. 10 of the horses entered for the 2014 Kentucky Derby sold at the 2012 Keeneland September yearling sale. When you're looking for classic success, why buy anywhere else? We'll recap Derby week from Churchill Downs next week here on Thoroughbred Week.
Thoroughbred Week has been presented by Actistatin, Adena Springs, Ashford Stud, Bloodstock Research, Central Equipment, Claiborne Farm, Dock Lane's Veterinary Pharmacy, Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association, Keeneland, Malone's, Kentucky Performance Products, New York Thoroughbred Breeding and Development Fund, OCD Pellets, Old Colony Insurance Services, Paul Miller Ford, PBI Bank, Quillen Leather and Tack, Shadwell Farm, Spendthrift Farm, Three Chimneys Farm, and Windstar Farm. Online at tbreadweek.com.